Hi everyone, it's Justin here with Voices for Voices. Thank you very much for joining us, whether you're here in the United States or abroad. Whether this is your first episode, whether you've been with us from the beginning. Thank you very much for making Voices for Voices a part of your life at one time or another. If you can give us the big thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share, reshare, repost. Maybe even reach out to 25 or 50 of your contacts to share the Voices for Voices podcast with them. We'd greatly appreciate that. And those are all things that are free. They have no cost to do those. We are grateful for you to be here, and we are well on our way to reaching and helping at least 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. So, again, welcome to one and all. And we are just ecstatic because without you, we don't have a show. We don't have a reason to do the show. So thank you for that. We talk about, the mental health side a lot because Voices for Voices is has that underlying foundation of mental health, trauma, recovery. Uh, w- w- what we're doing is we want to celebrate everybody's voice. Uh, and everybody's voice may be different. Some may have their voice and use that with music. Some may use that with the spoken word. Some may use that by playing a sport, sign language. There's all kinds of ways to express your voice. So the voice isn't just the spoken word. That's what I use a majority of the time is the spoken word, and uh, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. So I do say and like and all these. And so I say so a lot. Uh, but I'm just being myself. And that's what we want you to be. We want you to be yourself and share your voice the best way. And we all have a voice, many different voices that uh, some people think that we're insinuating that it has to be the spoken word, and it doesn't have to be the spoken word. It can be many different things to be the voice of you, of others, of myself, and just felt it was a good refresher to talk about that. Uh, the mental health is is again a huge part of our show. It's uh it's the foundation of everything we do. So we don't always again have to say the words mental health in each show to have that understanding that that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the mental health, we're talking about the voice, um, not the show The Voice, our individual voices. And I think, taking a break from things is a good thing. We talked about a quote that uh, 50 Cent had that we talked about. I think it was our last show about, we want to stay consistent in what we're doing. Otherwise, our competition's gonna overcome us at a certain point. I want to give a caveat to that in that that doesn't mean we always every single day let's just use I mean, you can use any type of example, but we got to take some rest from time to time to let the body catch up from where we are. So whether that's playing an instrument, whether that's singing, whether that's working out at the gym, whatever that may be, staying consistent, we can stay consistent by adding in a day here or there where we're having a day off or part of a day off. And I think that's big. And that is part of the staying consistent. Because if we just look at, going to the gym, we can th this was the first time I learned the word burnout. We could just burn out if we go every single day and we're doing these killer workouts and at some point our body needs, to repair itself. Uh, that's why sleep and rest is so important. Uh, so our um, so our body can repair, our muscles can repair and continue to grow. So we want to think about it like that too. It doesn't mean again every single day we have to continue that we have to actually do something while we would like to. Our bodies again are telling us, hey, we might need a break. Hey, we went to the gym 3 days in a row, did a bunch of hard workouts. Our body needs a break. So we take a break. Big deal. Doesn't mean we're losing uh, traction to our competition. It actually means the opposite. It means we're giving our body time to repair uh, and so we want to think about it like that, where you don't have to do something every single. We'd like to do something every single day. Now there's things like I've gone at certain points a lot of days in a row where we would film a show. And even there, it's it's mental. It exhausts our mind at some point. And so when it does that, we just need a break. If we need to take a nap, we take a nap. We take a rest. Big deal. It's not a big deal. We want our minds, our bodies, our spirits, our souls. We want we want to be as strong as humanly possible in all facets, physical health, mental health, you get the drift. And so I found today being one of those days. We're only halfway through the day as I'm filming this particular episode, but I thought, all right, 3 days in a row at the gym, take a break. Our mind gets exhausted too. And I get back to that word burnout. And so I found myself fell asleep for like 20 or 25 minutes. after I woke up. And then here we are, we're doing the show. But my mind feels refreshed. And that's the part that matters, is by feeling refreshed, I have the strength and ability to film this particular episode and to talk about it in a transparent way where we usually don't talk about that transparent. We try to just power through everything. Well, when we power through everything, like I learned in 2017, I didn't have any power left, hypothetically, because I had powered through and powered through. I wasn't getting adequate rest. I wasn't, getting help on the mental side. And so that's where everything kind of crashed. So again, that was, say, like my worst day, but also one of the best days because I was able to finally get over myself and get the help that I needed. And so you may be in a similar situation. A lot of people get help, and there's no shame in that at all. None whatsoever. Because if we just keep trying to power through and power through and power through, there's going to be a crash at some point. Call it like when I used to go out binge drinking, Red Bull or these energy drinks. The next day I'd crash around two or three, and then I'd have to basically try to reboot my whole body because I just crashed. So that's something that's important to think about. And then to think about when you get help, how it's impacting whether you get help or you don't, how it's impacting, our lives. If I didn't get the help I needed, I've meant this and said this a lot. I don't know where I'd be at today. So if you're at that point, just go get some help. It's not that hard. I don't feel judged. What if other people want to judge me because of that? That's fine. I'm over that too. If they're gonna go, oh, Justin, he needs help or he got help. Oh, there's Justin talk about mental health again. Oh, there's that show. Well, that show's got well over 500 episodes. So it doesn't bother me. People are gonna say what they're gonna say. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. And the more we focus on if we need help, the less that noise is going to matter. Because there's always going to be people that are going to judge. Always. I mean, there's just, sadly, it's, human nature. People are going to gossip. Again, it's human nature. But getting help, doing things you like to do, make you happy, make you laugh, self-care, those are all things, or self-care. For me, it's, getting a haircut, now going to the gym, and there's others where it just feels good to do it, like getting my haircut, having a full tank of gas. That's a little bit of self-care, right? Because I know that if I have a full tank of gas, I'm not going to run out of gas for a while. And you might say, oh, that's so. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to me what anybody thinks. Oh, that's silly. Okay, it's silly. But you know what? There's things that you like to do that are self-care for you. And I'm not here judging you or anybody else about it. I'm talking about it and sharing it for me. That there are lots of things that can be self-care. And self-care helps us rejuvenate, brought up sleep, rest, can be on a schedule at the gym. We include a couple, three off days out of a 7-day week. Helps the body rejuvenate. That's what it comes down to. And I know there's people watching, listening that may be in the same boat as I am and was. And that's what this episode is for. For anyone. I try to simplify it as much as I can. Having an off day, meaning, okay, well, we'll take the day off from going to the gym, from whatever else that we're doing. Like we don't film every single day, and that's okay. Build in those off days so it makes the body have an opportunity to rejuvenate itself, the mind. If the mind's burnt out, it's going to be hard to think of, different topics to talk about, different guests to have on, different guests, potential guests to reach out to. So if somebody says, well, you sleep a lot. Well, it means our body needs that rest. Our mind needs that rest too. Could have made a lot of decisions, used a lot of mental power on a certain day. So maybe the next day you do, or I do. We take an extra day and rejuvenate. And then we come back and then we do our thing, whatever that is. Doesn't have to be a show. Doesn't have to be what I do, what we do as an organization. You got to find what works for you. And you got to buy into it because nobody's going to follow you if you don't believe in yourself. That's what I've found. I have all the ideas in the world, but if I don't believe in them, how how can I expect others to believe or buy into what I'm doing, what we're doing as an organization? Very, 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 very hard to do. And last but not least, if you live in an area where there is extreme heat, where I live, we have extreme heat. We want to make sure that we're all being safe. So try to remain indoors, stay where there is air conditioning, stay as cool as possible. There is a high opportunity for heat stroke, which can be fatal, not only to human beings, but also to pets. We have a pet dog, and so I was reading up on that they can get heat stroke and pass away. So that means if we're bringing a pet with us in the car, we don't leave the windows up if we don't can't bring them in. So it means we should probably leave them at home because we want everybody to be safe. We don't want to come out of a store and have our pet not doing too well health wise. The average temperature of a dog is 101 degrees. I didn't know that. So anything over that, and we know that cars inside the car, while it may be 90 degrees outside, inside cars are hotter than that. And again, we can cool them off, put a sprinkler out if we want to be outside for a few minutes, keep them in the air as much as possible, just like humans. See, I'm learning things that I didn't know before we had a dog. So we covered a little bit of everything today. So thank you for being with us. whether watching, listening here in the United States or abroad. If you can give us a big thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share, reshare, repost, get your phone out, share the Voices for Voices podcast with 25, 50, 100 contacts. Promise they will not be disappointed. And it's free. All those things we listed, they're all free to do. They are. So thank you for being with us for another show. We'll see you on the next show. Until that next time, let's celebrate the voices of everyone and let's be a voice for not only ourselves and whatever that looks like, whatever that voice is. So let's be a voice for ourselves and another person. We'll see you next time. Bye bye, everybody.